Alright, in previous session we have seen like how we can connect to different data sources in Tableau and then how we can plot some simple charts. In this session we are going to look into the data types which is available inside the Tableau. What are the different data types we have, and then we will also see like some visualization pane, and then we will familiarize ourselves with Tableau entire dashboard and then its UI. So let's get started. All right, so as you can see over here, we have multiple data types available inside the Tableau world. Now if you are familiar of any programming language like Python, C, C++, Java, you must know that we have multiple data types in that. So similar to that, in Tableau also we have data types. First we have string, which is again text value, same as Python if you have learned it. Example I have written over here. Next we have number, whole number, integers, values, or no decimals. Okay. Then we have numbers in a decimal format like this. Then we have date as a data type, which is a calendar date only like this. Now in Tableau we also have date and time, which includes date as well as time. Okay, so this is in hours, minute, and seconds. Then we have boolean, which is true and false. Now this one we have in Tableau, which is called as geographic. So if you have a longitude, latitude, or a country, state, city, postal code, anything that comes under the geographic data type. So these are the data types we have inside the Tableau. All right, now let's understand what is the difference between dimensions and measures. Okay, now once you load the data inside the Tableau, here let's suppose if I load this data, I will click on more and I will just load this Netflix title.csv file. Let's open it. Okay, so can you see we have, these are the columns available in the left hand side. These are the data types, and this is the field name, whatever the field name we have, and then what is the physical table, and then a remote field if it is yes or no. Right, now see here the type means data type of that particular field. So Tableau is smart enough to understand your data type. It has understand, okay, this show ID field is a type of number. When you click on this, you can see it's a whole number, right? So Tableau can identify it. Then type, it is a string, so it has identified as string. Title is also string, director is also string. Now if you pay attention on this country, when you click on this, see it is able to identify that it is string, but still Tableau is able to understand that since this is a country, it is going to come under the geographic data type, right? Okay, now we have to understand what is the difference between dimensions and measures. So dimensions are nothing but it's a qualitative or categorical fields, and measures are nothing but quantitative or a numeric field. What do I mean by this? So whenever you load a data, let's suppose if I use this power consumption.csv file, as you can see over here, this is nothing but a categorical data, right? This is a date time. But if you check this temperature, this is nothing but it's a continuous numerical data. Similarly, humidity is a numerical data, wind speed is a numerical data, and so on and so forth. So this data we call it as a dimension, okay, which is a qualitative, and the numerical data we call it as a measures in the Tableau world. Other differences between dimension and measures are, you can do aggregation on the measure columns, but you can't do any aggregation on the dimensions column. This will be displayed as a headers or labels, and this will be displayed as a axis or values. So what do I mean by that? So see over here, if I go to sheet 1, see this is the measure and these are the dimensions we have, right? This is the dimension, and then these are the measures we have, right? So what I have said, that dimension can be shown as a headers, right, or a labels. So whenever you know drag and drop any dimension, for example, if you drag and drop over here, and let's suppose I want to see the wind speed, so I will put it over here, and let me reverse this, and if I, instead of sum, if I change it to average, okay, and I will split the year. Now see, this is the average wind speed, and this is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So these are the labels, right? These are the labels I have, and this is the axis values, right? So this 0 to 4 or 5, whatever the wind speed, this takes as an axis value. That's why measures always takes the axis values, and dimensions are shown as a headers or labels. This is also discrete in nature, and this is continuous, right? It is obvious because you have numeric, so it is continuous, and these are few values or categorical values. That's why this is discrete in nature. Examples are written over here: region, category, date, and here sales, profit, quantity, right? And one note I have written, like we can convert a field from a dimension to measure and vice versa, right? In order to do that, let's suppose I want to convert this wind speed, okay? So just right click on this, okay, and then this option is coming, convert to dimension, right? Convert to dimension. Now this will be converted to dimension. Let me do that and show you. Wind speed, I'll say convert to dimension. Now as soon as I did this, wind speed come over here, right? See, this is a very thin line over here. Now below this thin line all the dimensions are there, and above the thin line all the measures are there, right? Sorry, here all the measures are there, and above all the dimensions are there. Now so this is how you can convert it, dimension to measures, and vice versa also possible. Now let's understand what is this green pill and blue pill. So this is important with respect to your interview. Sometimes in interview of Tableau, like people ask like what is the difference between blue pill and green pill. So this is simple. See, if you understand the concept between dimension and measure, you will able to understand the difference between blue pill and green pill as well. Now what is the difference? See, dimensions are also called as blue pills and measures are also called as green pill. How to remember it? See, can you see all these dimensions over here in a green? These are coming as a green color, right? That's why we call it as dimension as a green pill, and this is measure which is coming as a blue color. So that's why this will come under the blue pill. So it's that simple, okay? Blue pill is nothing but discrete, green pill is nothing but continuous, and if something is continuous we call it as a measures, right? And if something is discrete we call it as a dimensions. Simple. Moving forward, let's see what is data pane. So I have already told you all these fields which you are seeing over here in the left hand side, this entire pane is called as data pane, okay? See, this is data pane where all the fields of your CSV file or the loaded file will come over here. We call it as a data pane, okay? Now let's understand what are cards. So in the Tableau, can you see here is marks card coming, here filter is coming, here pages are coming. So all these are nothing but we call it as a cards, okay? That's why we have marks card, filter card, legend card. Now legend card will come when you create any bar chart or plot chart or pie chart, any kind of chart, then this will start showing you. Then we have selves, right? So what is selves? So selves are nothing but these columns and rows. So columns and rows are called as selves, okay? Let's suppose right now you have created this chart where you are seeing average wind speed quarter wise, right? And let's suppose if I change this, rotate this graph, okay? Let me rotate this. Now the graph is coming like this, and you pay attention to this columns and rows, what will happen, right? Let me once again revert it. Can you see year and quarter is available in the columns, and average wind speed is available in the row, and as soon as I rotate this, see year and quarter comes under the rows, and then average wind speed goes to columns. So this is just flipping the operation. Okay, nothing but just rows are becoming columns and columns are becoming rows. It is kind of matrix transformation, so using which you can create the graph, and this is a simple button to rotate it. Okay, so this is called as selves. Then we have marks card. So if I go over here, see this is the marks card. So this is nothing but control of your graph comes over here. Let's suppose if you want to change the color of your graph, then you can go to marks card, click on color, and then you can choose any color. Okay, for example, if I go to more color, and from here I will select this, I will say okay. Can you see the color got changed? Similarly, you can change the opacity. You can have a marker like this. See, when you click on this marker will start appearing, right? So this basically help you to design a very professional looking charts. Okay, in the marks card, even you can increase the size. Let's suppose if I increase the size, see now the thick line is coming instead of a small line. Let's say if I reduce it, it is reduced, right? You can add labels, right? You can provide any text label. This is all we are going to see in more detail once we start creating our charts. Okay, and then dashboard also. In the real world project, we will see each and everything in a very detail. So right now just I'm giving you the introduction of it. Okay, then finally we have menus, right? So menus are nothing but, like if you go over here, let's suppose if you click on any of the field, just right click on this. So all these options you are seeing, these are called as menus, right? From where you can hide the field, you can rename the field, you can duplicate the field, you can say show filter, you can create to discrete dimension, you can change the even data type of that field. If the Tableau is not able to identify the data type properly, then yes, you can change it from here. You have some default properties, you can do that. So this is called as menu. Okay, so these are all the introductory concept, and this is how the UI of the power Tableau looks like. And then like from here you can click on this and create a new sheet, and then you can draw whatever sheet you want. This is the button to create the new sheet, right? And this button, this is called as new dashboard. When you click on this, you can create the dashboard over here, right? This button is for creating the dashboard. Now you can resize the dashboard whatever size you want, and then accordingly it will change its pixel value and it will adjust the height and width. And then you can, whatever sheets you have created, you can drag and drop those sheets over here to create the dashboard thing also. So this is all the overview of it. We will cover each and everything in great detail, but for now this is fine.